Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the late night, early morning, whatever time of the day or night it is for you guys all stream. It is 1 o'clock in the morning my time. I am in Texas. And this is going to be a stream of stuff. The last few streams I've done has been more talking and games and fun stuff. Not saying that this marathon isn't fun. I'm really tired. Okay, so I'm going to pop over to the comments here and see who has made it here at this time of the night. Let's see. Hello, Laura. Thanks for popping in to say hello. Alice Reeds is here, and she is one of my moderators, so please play nice in the comments. And thank you for sharing the marathon playlist. And we have Chantal is here. Hello, I think you are a new to me channel. Yes, I believe so. Okay, so how has the marathon been for you all? Let me ask you this. Of those in the comments, what was your goal for either being a participant in the chats or being on screen? Okay. Well, I haven't seen your name in my comments before, so welcome. For those of you that are in the comments and you are participating in the marathon, what was your goal for participating in the marathon? Are you one of those channels that just saw people were live and you jumped in? Or are you one that was like, yes, I'm going to participate in the marathon and see, this is my goal. My goal was to connect with other accounts and channels here on YouTube. Was to connect with other channels and accounts here on YouTube to see who's out there, because this channel's been here almost 5 years. Wow, 5 years. Wow, where's the time gone? And before I jumped into the whole Authortube side of things, I just like consuming YouTube. I like getting to know the channels and seeing the different types of content they were doing. And over the last few years, I think I've gotten to know quite a few channels just from being on live streams with them or seeing them on live streams. So a little bit about me, if you're new to viewing me. My name is Stephanie. I am a multi-genre author. I have some small town romance books, think Hallmark, but in book form. There's no spice on the page. And then that is written underneath my name, Stephanie Marie Whitson. And then I have some coming of age based on true events, and then some nonfiction travel guidebooks. And that's underneath my other name, S.M. Whitson. I just thought I should have two different names for the different genres. I will go ahead and put in the comments links to my different Amazon author pages. But of course, all that is also linked down in the description down below the video here. So one thing is my small town romance books. You can really jump in any point in the books. You won't lose out. You won't be like lost. It's like they're like an interconnected standalone series. But of course, you get a more full-fledged feeling of the world and people if you do start at the beginning. But if you start at the second book and don't do the first book, you won't miss stuff. You might want to go back and read anyway after all that. So if you're interested in small town romance things, that is the link there on Amazon. That's totally fine if you're a participant. I like participants just fine. Also, I was sleeping until like 11:15 when I got woken up because my 14-year-old daughter had rolled off her bed, and somehow she rolled off her bed, hit her face on the floor, and then her bottom gum line, like, it didn't cut it this way, it like bruised and kind of cut it a crossway, but it wasn't at the base of her tooth, it was like part way, a little bit below her tooth. Luckily her teeth aren't loose or anything like that. She doesn't handle pain well. A bath sounds amazing. Thank you. So I'm here for 2 hours, and then I am back again at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another hour. And then I'm going to say, peace out, world. I'm going to bed. Forever. No, I'm kidding. Not forever, but, you know. Okay. So, oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. So my channel, I don't do live streams very often, but my channel started out as a writer, like an author writing channel only, and I wanted to keep it separate from my other channel I have, which is all about traveling in an RV. But then it get hard to talk about my writing process or my writing updates and things without showing that I was in an RV and without my kids in the background, all that. And after a while, I started sharing more about my traveling and things on this channel, and people on this channel, they like it over here. So I started just doing it all over here. And spoiler, for those that don't know, as of October 18th, we said goodbye to the RV and hello to apartment living. It's been an adjustment. But we're liking it. Right now, I'm coming to you live from my, not a live studio audience, but from my closet. Normally, I'd be like sitting on my bed where it's a little bit more comfortable around the kitchen area, but it's 1 o'clock in the morning here. My husband's out in the living room playing video games. Last time I was going to do a stream, I said, how long are you going to be? And he said, oh, like maybe 30 minutes or so. I'm like, okay. So then I didn't want to like be on the bed while he came in and got undressed and all that. And I sat in my closet for 2 hours, and he like went up there and he's still there. I'm like, oh, Jess. So I'm in my closet. That's where I'm at. Laura is going to go take a bath. Thank you for that. Yes, that is me. So my other channel used to be called By Find Freedom, and then I recently switched it over to Wits and Family Adventures, but I haven't made any content over there in a long time, mainly because we're not RVing anymore, so I really don't know what to do with that space over there. That's awesome that you found me in both places. And Cammie is back again. And yes, I hope you're all alive. That's cool that you found me here. Okay. So thinking of, we can chat a little bit, and then we can do some like sprinting times where you can use the time if you need to work on reading or writing or a project, or if you want to use the time to step away from the screen or whatnot. Yeah, so that's hilarious and funny all at the same time. But I'm also glad that you watched my content over there enough that, or you see me somewhere enough that you recognize me. So that's nice. Avoid the courtside drama. That's what to do. Yeah, right. I've never gone over to courtside, and I've heard about all the drama. Like, I'm good. So we, after traveling almost 6 years in the RV, we decided to call Texas home, and that's where we're at, in Huntsville, Texas. And it's a cute little town. We're getting to know people and places. Last night, or tonight, I guess, we went and did Chess Club at the library, and then Chess Club at the library, and then we went to youth group down at the church, and we came home, and then I took a nap. That was my day. that is a good book. That's a good book. Okay. What, Cami? I see right here. What are you working on this evening, morning, afternoon, middle of night, whatever time zone it is that you're in? Yeah, I know it's not a very hopping stream here, but that's okay. It is late. You've been up 7 hours and Dutch lesson. Okay. All right. So started an intro, outro PowerPoint yesterday. I may work on later, but for now I'm debating just reading to some classical music while I hang out. That's fine. That's fine. I don't know what I'm going to do, actually. I might work on this book that I'm reading. I have yet to finish the book. This month, I'm almost done with one. And Chantel's also playing Dreamlight Valley. I don't think I've heard of that one. But for those curious, here is my most recent video from my travel channel where I said goodbye to RV Life and hello to the apartment with a little apartment walkthrough tour, if you're curious. Okay, says I should really upload something to the IG for Sky to Google some more. And did never. I don't miss that. I don't miss that part of RV Life for sure. All right, so this is a link to my, hey, we did a thing, changes are coming, department tour for my other channel. I don't know if I posted the same thing on this channel or not, but if you're curious what my apartment looked like without nothing in it, here you go. Okay. Okay. All right, so I'm going to share a timer here. It's going to be for 25 minutes. Got to remember to click all the buttons here. Send, share screen. There is a little bit of a sound at the end, like a bell or something, but other than that, it's a quiet one. So if you want to listen to music or do something else that involves sound, you can. Okay. Talk about it. Do tears are fears and don't dream it's over. Oh. All right, so let's do this 25-minute sprint. I'm going to go get some coffee and then we'll circle back and do some more chatting. Okay, let's see. And play. Alright, I'm unmuted. I'm back. What did you guys do during that sprint? I did a few things, but I'm going to check the comments before I share with you guys what I did. Okay, Cammy says, bring just through a reassignment at me. I appear to be looking for ways to use sweetened condensed milk. Add 3 cans in 2 weeks. I don't have enough sugar for English toffee, so I need another. Do you have chocolate chips in the house? Because you can make fudge with 1.5 cups of milk chocolate chips, 1.5 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips, and a can of condensed milk. Melt them all together, and that is your fudge right there. Easiest recipe ever. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Trying to draw. Are you trying to draw anything particular, or you just want to draw? I decided, last year in 2024, I participated in a few different reading challenges, reading competitions, things like that. And I actually read 56 books, and my goal is 52 books. I never read my goal ever. So I put together this reading journal as a place. Yeah. I gotta find a quieter one, or I think when I use it again, I will try to I'll try to maybe pause it right before it ends. Trying to draw some snakes for first painting of the year. I got no help for you. Snakes are not my thing. Cammy says they got wafers and a lot of icing powdered sugar, so I may make 1 fudge, 1 peppermint patty, and 1 7-layer bar with 6 because boo coconut, but I also haven't tossed my graham crumbs yet. I actually went into my kitchen to get I got it at Target in like the candy area for Valentine's, and it was like these chocolate pieces were like 2 hearts together but made with strawberry tasting, and apparently they're all gone, so that wasn't a very nice thing to go into the kitchen to find. So I made like a reading notebook journal thing to track my reading. I have no idea if I'm going to use it or not, but it's there. One of the things was like one of the reading challenges I'm doing this month is called, it's like a booktuber bingo. There's a bunch of booktubers out there. You try to read a book that matches a prompt. This one is a new to me author and also written in verse. I'll read the back of the book. 60 seconds, 7 floors, 3 rules, 1 gun. Will's older brother Sean has been shot dead. Will feels the sadness so great he can't explain it, but in his neighborhood there are the rules. Number 1, crying. Don't, no matter what. Number 2, snitching. Don't, no matter what. Number 3, revenge. Do, no matter what. Bullish miss, and you can get the wrong guy, and there's always someone else who knows to follow the rules. So one of the book channels out there had put together 25 and 25, and this was on the list. So it was like to read 25 books in 2025. And I drawn like a board up for both me and my husband, and we picked books for the other person to do. And this is one of the books he had picked for me to do. So I thought that was a fun way to do it. He likes to read. But he likes to do audiobooks a lot more than I do. But I'm not able to do audiobooks at night because I just fall asleep. Not because the book is boring, but because I just may fall asleep to noise, so that's probably why. Chantel, if you're still with us. How far did you get in your book that you're reading? Emily says, I want to read today too, almost finished. And Arrows is not bad for a debut novel. I want to do everything. Does anybody have any good videos and know of videos on building a writing schedule? Well, I know there's a lot of different authors on YouTube that talk about writing schedules and doing what works for you. The one that comes to mind is Sarah Cannon. She is a self-published author. She talks about taking your goals, breaking them up into projects, into tasks, using Kanban board and all that. But honestly, like most videos that I've seen or how-to videos I've seen, it's always a caveat of what works for you. Oh, yeah, Sarah Cannon. She also has a channel called Heart Breathings. Yeah, so I'll look to see what channels or videos I can find, and I'll share them in the comments here during our next sprint. There's a lot out there. Are you looking more for like how to make a schedule, right? Or what you should put on a schedule, or like what specifically are you looking for helping? Still with you. I opened up a new biome in Dreamlight Valley and poured some boiling water on the dishes. So are you like dry camping, or are you like just in an area that has no water at the moment? Okay. All right. So, found another timer. It has no music and no alarm. So it's going to be silent. Hope that's okay with you all. And I will see what I can do about finding writing schedule. Okay. Just getting tired of one more stream than sweet sleep. I get it. And I go back to my stakes. Okay. So I'm going to do another sprint down a timer. Should work fine. It's a timer made by writer Sam Wicker, who is also one that was behind creating this wonderful playlist marathon. It's like 160 hours of videos and live streams, and so I like using hers if I can. What did you say? After using, use your time to look into. You don't have to do the legwork you don't already know. Okay. I'm so tired. I don't know what you mean, but I'm just going to start the timer. Okay. Okay, so that was another 25-minute sprint. Let me know what you did in the comments. How'd you date? How'd you do? You know what I mean. So I finished my book. I was reading this one. Even came with like a discussion guide if you're going to use it like in a classroom at the end. So it's really interesting. It is written in verse. See? Not something I would have picked, but my husband put it on the list of 25 books he would suggest for me to read. Okay, so let's go through the comments here. Okay. Yes, I'm retired, and just as I started writing and publishing, I've been dealing with illness, so it's been hard to get back to writing, looking for ways to help with that. So I ended up sharing the Heart Breathings channel. They have a lot of different things, but honestly, let's see here. Let's hear. Chantel said, if you're new to retirement, disability, medical retirement, just take it slow. You will find your groove. It's very overwhelming to go from the grind to embracing recovery. What else we got to say here? Dealing with burnout a lot, so it's about pacing. I think it's finding a minimal amount you can do every day and go from there. On burnout fatigue days, my minimum amount is 2,500 words or 250 words. It's basically barely a paragraph. If I could do more, it's usually bonus. And Emily says, also, I hate writing on days when it feels like a drag, and I think it shows on content it's written. Currently, I was on a streak, so words came every day. Yes, great advice. And I think there's no shame in taking things slow, because realistically, little of us who want to release a novel every week, more of us who would just sit and polish it, even if for a few years. And he goes on to say, like a movie production, a lot of movies take a few years in production to keep in mind that they have a team, and we had a major part work alone. Cool. I came across her a few years ago. Her channel. Chantel says at the moment they have access to electricity. Water is limited due to freezing temperatures, out of propane for heat, hot water, and regular stove. They have a portable propane stove. But, well, I am glad that you have access to some electricity, so you're not completely cut off from anything and everything. So I'm going to talk a little bit about writing routine, writing in general, illness, and things like that. So some of you may know this, some of you may not, but I have a chronic illness. I have a few. But the one that more affects my general well-being more than anything else is I have multiple sclerosis. I got diagnosed on December 22nd, 2013. My son was born in December 2012. He's now 12 years old. That means I've been diagnosed with MS for 11 years. Currently, I am medication-free because we need documents here in Texas to get insurance here in Texas, and we're just waiting on those documents. I suffer from chronic fatigue and chronic insomnia. I'll go weeks at a time from getting maybe 3 to 4 hours of sleep at night, and not all in one chunk. And then I'll crash out for 10 or 12 hours. Yes, I've tried different medications. I've tried herbal medications. I've tried melatonin, which is the opposite on my brain. Benadryl doesn't knock me out. I've tried cough medicine. Wouldn't have had to take it. Never knocked me out. All those extra strong muscle relaxers you get after major surgery and things like that never knocked me out. Dilaudid, I had that after my second back surgery. Didn't make me tired very much at all. So I just deal with it. my first book that I focused on writing, I'd written a good chunk of it. And then in 2020, I decided to focus, instead of working another job, I started writing that book. And then, 2020, nobody was moving or anything like that. And so I wrote that book. And then I started another one. And and then 2021, I had finished and published a book every quarter. Or I think I did like 3 books that year or 4 books that year, and that was a lot. Then life circumstances changed. We were dealing with things with our oldest child, and so that threw me for a loop. I used to write at night from like 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Don't do that much anymore. I used to try to force myself to write every day, even when I wasn't feeling the greatest. But I found that most of the time, those words I would write during those low quality feeling days, I would end up deleting or not using anyway. So I stopped forcing myself. So yes, I have multiple sclerosis. Most days I feel my normal, which I have like a baseline of how I feel. Other days are worse. I also have migraines. I also have back issues. When I was 17, I had scoliosis surgery to fix it, so most of my spine is fused together. So all that to say is that, yes, writing every day would be beneficial to someone wanting to write and get a career out of it, but also you have to take care of yourself, because you can push through and push through and push through, and something's going to give. Your writing, your health, something. I kept on pushing through, and then I hit a block, and then I decided to take a break from writing. So I haven't really written any new words in a while. I did spend the later half of 2024, mainly the last 3 or 4 months, rewriting and editing my books that I had out and republishing them underneath new titles and things. So my advice is to try not to overburden your health or your schedule. I know that you see other people publishing a lot of books, and you might want to jump on that as well. But you got to think, if your goal is to publish books, yes, let's say the first year you do 5 books because you're just doing really well. The algorithm and readers and fans are going to kind of expect to get 5 books from you every year. So you got to think about what you can realistically keep up with production-wise. And, if you do just 1 book a year, then that's totally fine too. Yes, pacing is important. I think it's finding a minimal amount you can do every day and go from there. Definitely. I think there's no shame in taking things slow, because realistically, oh yeah, I already did that one. Clearly, how I structure sentences can be hard to read, and waiting for neurodiversity assessment might be related to my ways of speaking. Yes. It's tough. Some days I get along around just fine. Other days I have more of a lump. But funny story, I met my husband on a blind date, and he told me of his disability. He's a double below knee amputee. And then I told him of mine, and he's like, oh, my mom has that. And he went on talking as if I wasn't going to give it to him, and it wasn't a big deal, because to him, he'd grown up around it. So it is. Some days are better than others, but just gotta keep moving forward, or sleep a lot. And luckily my kids are 12 and 14, so they understand, and my husband understands as well. looking at your books right now. I love the covers of houses. Oh, thanks. So I'm pretty sure you're looking at the Tears of Yesterday, Storms of Today, Dark Side of Tomorrow books. Those are the first books that I've written and published. And those I've gone through several different cover changes and author name changes. Those are inspired / based on real events that I dealt with. So there's that. Thank you for taking a look at those books. So yeah, I have a total of 7 books available on Amazon as paperback, ebook, or to read in the Kindle Unlimited store. If you like not romance books and you're curious about the coming of age, true story based on true event books, here are some. And also there's like an RVing tips guide that's like 38 pages long. At that one. And then if you're more of a romance reader, now my romance books are not spicy. I call them Hallmark, but in book form. There's Happily Ever After, Small Town, and the small town I based it in is a real town that I grew up in, but the people are made up, obviously. As you can see, I use 2 different names. So, Not Romance, S.M. Whitson. Romance, whole name. All right, we're a little bit about triggers and sad stories. I totally get it. So yeah, so definitely sad story. It is about me growing up without my mom around. My dad was a liar, and things transpired after that. Yes, so my small town romance, I think my longest one is, they're all, I think my longest one is maybe 50,000 words on down to like a 10,000 word short story on one of them. That's why I don't write. I have a whole fleet of autoimmune disorders, but I was paralyzed from the chest down in 2021. Are you still paralyzed from the chest down? Or is that, am I reading that wrong? And what I like to say for people who want to write, don't look at everyone else around you and say, I want to be like that author. And that author is writing 4 books a year. So I'm going to write 4 books a year. I'm going to be like that author. I'm going to put out a new book every month. Do what you can. And if you only write because you want to and you don't have any plans to publish it or make money off of it, that's fine too. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I have a MS is autoimmune disease, scoliosis is autoimmune disease, migraines, asthma, and alopecia I have as well. So, but you can't tell right now because it's coming in pretty well. Thank you. Yeah, it's called RVing Tips. It's like 38 pages. Do I have a copy of it here? I do somewhere. Mainly, I did it because I hadn't published a book in a while, and I wanted to get back in the routine of writing. And a lot of times people are like, "Oh, what do you need for RVing? What about this? What about that? So I just wrote it out. So it really didn't take me that long to write because it's just stuff I would talk about anyway. I talk about it's important whether are you getting an RV because you want to go vacationing in it or RV to live in it, because what you need in the RV for vacationing is not the same as RVing if you're going to live in it full time. Storage, size, weight, what you tow, gross vehicle weight rating or whatever it's called, where to find campgrounds, where to find places to park, where to find places to stay overnight. I talked a little bit about it all. Let's see. Define. Really? That's awesome. Okay. Here is my book about RV life. Let me know if that worked out, if that link shows. I'm unmuted now. Let me know if this link works for you, or if I need to put the longer link in the comments, but that is for my RVing tips book. Hello, Aphrodite. We are here for another 30 minutes, and then it is Alice Reed's stream. Also, if you're new here or you haven't been around the last few days, it's not my usual streaming time. It is the Booktuber, Authortube and Booktube under 1K subscriber marathon, where we got together a bunch of accounts and channels that had under 1,000 subscribers for the hopes of hopefully increasing the subscriber count, but also to find new channels and accounts you might not have known before. I tried speech to text, but my Eastern Kentucky accent is too strong for the software. Sometimes I talk too fast. A failed quadriplegic. Fun, interesting. Trouble with your accent as well. Okay, so I shared about my books, book links. Talked about my disabilities. Did a couple of sprints. I finished this book during my stream tonight. Chantel says they have limited movement in all four limbs, but can use a rollster on good days and a can on very good days. So, Chantel, so you're an RV. How long have you been doing that for? We moved out of RV on October 18th, like November 12th would have been our 6-year mark. So we did it a while. I didn't think about doing that. That's a good idea. Do we need trigger warnings? Okay, question for you guys. What is a book? What is a recent book that you've read that you recommend to someone, and why would you recommend that book? I found out about the Marathon the Right Now channel, and I found out about the Right Now channel because of the Marathon. So, and good night, Aphrodite. Yeah, as soon as this is over, I'm gonna crash for a few hours because I have another stream I'm filling in for, like 5 a.m. my time, which is only in 2 hours. So I'm really good at catnapping. And then once that stream is over, then I'm gonna hopefully take a good siesta for sure. Right, so what is a favorite? Your subbing channels, the 99 for sure. Okay. Question, which is not medical related. Do you have a favorite recent read of yours that you would like to recommend to the stream? Emily says that they don't talk a lot about their work, but they work in the medical field, so I see lots of it daily. I like to keep my life and creation separated, no trigger warnings needed. Chantel says, ML, I went to Austin, PA. How close to that are you? I live near Ashland area. Is that like Ashland, Oregon? Lots of different Ashlands, I guess. Morehead State University. And Chantel says, I was a psychotherapist, so I do the same thing with psych. The word Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia meets. Got it. So yes, or if you don't want to do a favorite recent read of yours, do you have like a favorite book series or author that you'd like to recommend to people when they ask for book recommendations? I just started reading the Shatter Me series. I've had the Shatter Me book, the first one, on my shelf for like a year and a half, and I finally started reading it. Went to the library, checked out the second book. I'm also working through Thanks for sharing, spreading love, Aphrodite. Good night, and I will catch you the next time I see you online. I've heard a lot about Riley Sager. Not read any other books. One of their books is on my TBR for the year. I don't remember which one, but I know it's by them. Chantel says I bought my road truck in December 2021 after they discharged me from the hospital with Julian far, and I had to choose whether to buy an RV outright or wait to see if they gave me disability. So I've been in it for a little bit. And let me think a little. Okay, so I made a video about best books of each month last year, and the only one I can reread and recommend strongly is Lessons in Chemistry. That one by Hazelwood. Some major reading slumps and no particular ones. Most recently, I'm trying to get through The Will of Many, despite many promises for it not sticking to me. That's hilarious. Yeah, a little far, for sure. So, I've been working through the In Death series by J.D. Robb, who is Nora Roberts' pen name for her futuristic detective series. I am working through the okay, got it. Working through the Cordon Roses series on book number 3. I'm also working on Stalking Jack the Ripper. Chancellor says the only book they've ever finished and immediately turned back to page 1 to start it. Iverson was in Night Circus. I don't think there's ever a book where I finish it and immediately turn back to page 1, but there's been books that were like, this is so good, this is awesome, I love this. Your diagnosis. That's what you're correcting me on pronouncing. Oh my gosh. Do we have any books in here? I actually don't have any books in my closet. Wow. That's crazy. I usually have a ton of books sitting around me, but I'm not out in my bedroom where my bookshelf is. It's paralysis. I can spell and read. That starts in your feet and moves up till you can't breathe, similar to botulism. Huh. That's crazy. I've had what's a lot of people in the MS community refer to as the MS hug, where it feels like a giant elephant is sitting on your chest and squeezing around your chest wall, so it feels like you can't breathe. I've had that happen to me twice. The first time, it lasted for like weeks. and it felt like I was having the beginning of an asthma attack. And honestly, now I can know the difference, but the first 2 times that happened, I had to like use my inhaler to see if I was having an asthma attack or not. So I say I'm going to go to sleep after this, but I'll probably just lay there and stare at the clock, afraid that I'm going to miss my next stream. But to start over again was a night circus. Is that what you're meaning? I'm pretty sure that's what you meant. Okay, 15 minutes to go, guys. Are you guys going to be following the playlist? The playlist for the marathon event is in the description in the box below. Just hit on it. Then it'll just take you immediately to the next stream without even having to click anything. So even if you step away from the screen, your phone or whatever, it'll hop to the next one. I hope that you feel like that's a good thing, that you felt comfortable enough sharing things that you don't normally talk openly about. You're welcome. Hold on. Let me look at my calendar here. I had to write all this stuff down because I would remember nothing. We have like 3 different calendars in the house. We have a really big dry erase one. We have one that shows like holiday a day. We have a History Channel one, but I still put stuff in my phone. So I'm here again at 6 a.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Central Time for an hour. And then Friday, I'm here twice, 2 different times on Friday. One at 4 p.m. Eastern, another time at 11 p.m. Eastern for a couple hours. And then Saturday I'm here from like 6 to 8 my time. So you could have me a few more times. I'm also a co-host for someone else's channel, so you'll see me again. If you are more interested in my reading and writing stuff, stick around this channel. If you want to see how I lived and traveled with kids and a family in the RV and places we went, check out my other channel, What's in Family. What's in Family Adventures. And I think what I'm going to do with that one is going to be more like where I post like holiday stuff or homeschool updates because we homeschool. Okay. Ooh, my husband, I think, reheated up some shepherd's pie because I can smell it all over here. It's making me hungry. I'll probably eat something and then lay down. If I don't go to sleep before my next stream, it's better than sitting up the whole time. was I going to say? It's okay. Alice. Join this stream for that hour. You mean for later on when I'm here for an hour, like at 6 a.m. Eastern time? No, I made a video, or I made a new live stream for that one. And I sent it to Sam. So hopefully they just add it to the playlist, but as a whole new one. Right? I saw it earlier today. Okay, here, let me find it and I'll put it in the list down below. Just give me a second. Okay, so yeah, I can't edit this sheet, so I did send it to Sam in an email. That is my next stream that I have at 6 a.m. for an hour, which is 5 a.m. my time. Okay, so Alice Reads is going to be the next streamer, and she's on for a couple of hours. This is not as energetic of a stream like I have been doing, but it's also 1 a.m. my time. Now it is nearly 3 a.m. my time. And 4 a.m. here in Kentucky is great chatting night. Everyone, hope to see everyone around in the marathon. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for coming in. Food and nap for sure is next for me. Okay, yeah, so I'm on for an hour at 6 a.m. and then Friday I'm on for 2 hours at 4 p.m. and then another 2 hours at 11 p.m. and then another 2 hours on Saturday at 6 p.m. and then I'm Rihanna's co-host for one of her streams. I could be missing something, I'm not sure. Huh. How do you do that? I think, like, if you have an account, how do you do that? So I just Googled, and I guess there's something in the settings you have to do to make it so that your channel is private. And it says, Okay, so it says like you sign into YouTube Studio and select settings from the left sidebar. Select channel advanced settings. Select remove. Anyways, I'm just going to paste it in here. Those are the steps to make your YouTube channel private. But I mean, if you have an account on YouTube, yeah, I mean, even if people subscribe to your channel, it's not going to change anything really on your end. But if you don't want people following you, that's fine too. But if you don't want people to find your channel at all, or find your account, your YouTube account on YouTube, then those are the steps to go through to hide your channel. No, you don't have to have subscribers or participate. No, you do not. Not at all. Not at all. The people that are doing these live streams, they're doing it to see about increasing their subscriber count, because on YouTube, once you get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, then you can start earning money on YouTube. But it's not a necessity to have subscribers to participate. There's plenty of people on YouTube that watch live streams and comment and never make a video ever in their entire life. I was like that way for a long time. But there is the there's it. I just googled how to stop people from subscribing to my YouTube channel. There's a hide your channel. You can hide specific users or make your channel private. Hello, Jordan. How are you doing this morning, evening, night? I am about ready to wrap up this live stream, and then Alice Reads will be hopping on next. If you're following the live stream, if you're following the playlist for the Authortube Booktube under 1K subscriber marathon, because everyone here that is live has under 1,000 subscribers, they should bring you to the very next stream. Okay. Chantel, I hope that was helpful, showing you how to make your YouTube channel private. There's something plenty of people have YouTube accounts with followers with no content on it, and that's totally fine too. You don't have to subscribers to participate. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. Okay, so I'm going to close this up. Thank you all for sticking with me through this 2-hour middle of the night, early morning stream, and I will catch you all in a few hours.